Hey, folks, welcome to the Carpenter's Voice. We're with you once again. I want to know who you're going to vote for this election, or the next election, or the next election. You know, I might vote for somebody that said they was against the one world government. I might vote for somebody that says they're for completely closing the border down and not playing around with it. And then again, I might vote for somebody that says we need to do something about the illegal immigrants. Now, you know, the bad thing, we could send all the illegal immigrants home, folks. Now, we really can, and I think I'm going to wait about 6 months and give these new people that are moving into office this November, I think I'm going to give them about 4 or 5 months to see what they do with illegal immigrants. And if they don't do anything, then I'm going to tell you how you can get rid of the illegal immigrants and how some other folks have got rid of them. Now, my goodness, we can't, our nation can't sustain them. We can't take care of them. They're making it, our people are making it, but look at the hardships it's putting on American families, on college students, on young adults, middle-aged adults, and teenagers. They can't find no work. I know there's at least 100 illegal immigrants in the little town that here 20 miles from me. I know in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I've got a friend up there and a advertising consultant that said it, one year they had 40,000 illegal in that city. They got rid of them. I'll tell you how to do that in about 6 months. And then in New York, there was a town there that they was trying different ways to vote, trying to get Hispanics in the office, on the board or something. And every time they voted, it was about 50-50, 50 Hispanic and 50 white and Afro-American. But they couldn't, so they tried to, let's vote, every person gets 6 votes. Craziest thing ever heard. Trying to get one of them in office. But they never done it yet. You know why? It's because half the town is illegals, and they couldn't vote. That's why. Illegals are going to have to go home, or they're going to have to be a checkpoint somewhere where they go to check and see how to get legal. Do I hate illegal? I do not hate illegal immigrants as people. As people, I've talked to a lot of the illegals, and very sweet people, very good personalities, hard workers, and pay their bills. And I guess they want to make sure they do because they don't want to get in trouble. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of these people are employing illegals, and the illegals is not paying them cash, and the ones that's hiring them, the illegals are getting paid cash, and they're not paying taxes. And the one that's hiring them is paying them cash, and they're not paying taxes. Hey. And then the American that would be working in their place is not able to pay taxes and is having to draw or do the best way they can to get by. Now, there'll be a lot of people against sending the illegals home, and there's, because it's going to cost them money. They're going to cost them a good, hard-working people. But if you want America to stand, the illegals are going to have to go home because they're not citizens of this country. They are not global citizens. They're great people. They're just in the wrong country. And if you have a burden for the Hispanics or the people of South America and Mexico, and you really do care about them, maybe you need to become a missionary. And that's what missionaries do, go to people in other countries to help them. I know there's been a lot of Christian missionaries who've gone there for years for medical help and clothes and money and food and a lot of things to help build churches. And maybe you need to become a missionary. What was you doing for those Mexican people before you hired them to help them? How much did you love them then? Say it's right here, brother. It's what it's about in your pocket. Now, illegals, I won't tell you what you better do. You better make you enough money to be making your way back home, and make sure you got plenty of money to move and take some money back home with you, because in this 6 months there's going to be a hard press to send the illegals home. Now, we'll say this could happen. Our government that we have right now is losing its popularity. Now, the only way that I believe that Obama will be voted back in is this right here, that he gives all you illegals amnesty. And even though he's low on the totem pole, your votes will still bring his count back up. But you know what? I'm going to make sure if they bring it up to give you amnesty, that you have to be here so many years before you can vote. Hey, American people, we're Americans. You're welcome in this country. You come legal. You come and visit. I like feel we're fine to come down there. We need to come legal. We need to come visit. We don't need to have hostility toward the racists. But in fact, you're destroying our nation right now. Listen, folks, I don't know what the answer is to the illegals. If it's to tell them to go home and have a checkpoint and don't lock them up and give them $1,000 apiece when they cross the border. That's a lot cheaper than keeping them here. A lot cheaper. You know what? We have a census where people count to see how many people live in our state, our county. Just the other day, a lady from Mississippi, she was doing a census and she wanted to know who was staying in the rent house. And I told her those people moved. She said, how many was it? And I told her. She said, do you know their names? And I told her. And I said, let me ask you a question. I said, do you know when you count these how many is illegal or legal? She said, no, we don't care who's legal and illegal. Now, wait a minute. This is Mississippi, Governor. What do you mean you don't care? You don't want to know? We're paying people to hand count? And you don't want to know how many illegals is in your state? Somebody get a life here. American citizens need to know what's going on. They're tired of it. They want to know the truth of everything. Vote for somebody that says they're for sending the illegals home and getting American jobs back.